It started answering phone calls, and now 25 years later, it has a revenue of more than 9,000 crore. Each straight quarters of double-digit growth, and the stock has cut in half, but the business has kept compounding. The results just dropped 2 weeks ago, and the stock is up by 18% in a single day. Is FSL the AI BPM play the market slept on? Let's find out. Firstsource Solutions is a Japanese Sanjeev Goenka Group company. It is a business process management and it is into the healthcare, banking, fintech, and telecom sector. They don't call themselves a BPO anymore. They call themselves a global intelligence partner. That is their major USP or mode. There are three recent triggers. First is the quarter for financial year 2026 results. We can see that the quarterly revenue is up by 19.5% year on year, and there is a upward trend in all the parameters for quarterly results. So as the financial year 2026 final results, as we see, the revenue is at 9,560 crore, a year-on-year growth of 19.7%. This is not a flash in the plan. The growth is sustained, compounding, and execution driven. The second trigger would be the order pipeline. About rupees $1 billion deal pipeline sustaining the financial year 2027 momentum. In 2026, they had total of 17 large deals, and in quarter 4, they had major US, UK, and Australian clients in their deals. Third trigger is the AI pivot, now has a name. Basically, the AI pivot is called as the intelligence that operates, and it is backed by the underlying technology called Kairos, which was also launched in April 2026. So they are AI driven company. We have to see how they are going to perform in the upcoming quarters based on this growth. However, the expansion and the AI technology is being financed by debt. There's about 1,630 crore of debt. It is not a debt free company. Also, some projects get delayed because of regulatory approvals. We have to see how the company will manage this risk and also manage the attrition, which is at 29.7%. Now, when you look at the technical analysis, look at the monthly chart, the stock ranged near 10 to 50 in the early years. There was structural breakout in 2021 when it touched the all-time high of 403 in January 2025, nearly an 8x move. Then there was a sharp correction. You look at the weekly chart. After the January 2025 all-time high, the stock corrected and it fell to the levels of 205. Now we see that there is high volume and there are institutional investment that is coming up for the stock. When you look at the daily chart, from the September 2025 high near 380, there was a steady downtrend. Recently, there is an upward trigger after the May 6 results that dropped out and there was a major gap up. Have to see how the stock will now move towards an upward trend. The resistance is about 280, that is 280 to 300 on the daily chart. This is the zone where the stock was continuously falling through in January. Next resistance would be about 380, 340 to 360, the November December consolidation zone. Support sits at around 230 to 240, the post result consolidation zone, and the second support is around 205 to 215. The absolute low with the climax volume on the weekly chart. And the daily RSI of the stock is 56.09. It is not overbought and it has crossed the 50 mark after the results are dropped. The momentum has shifted from bearish to bullish for this particular stock. Based on this logic, I will be setting up my GTT and OCO. So I will be setting up my GTT for an entry price trigger of 240. So I'm waiting for a pullback. I will not chase the stock at the current levels because I need a confirmation for upward trend, and I will be setting my stop loss and target price using OCO. My stop loss would be 212 below the capitulation zone. If it reaches this level, then the bullish theory that we are making is broken and we exit without many emotions involved, and the target price would be 308, just above the 280 to 300 resistance ceiling. So the risk reward ratio is around 1 is to 2.4, which is ideal for swing trading. Now I've set up my plan which will execute itself and there are no active emotions involved. However, my question for all of you is, with the AI pivot in motion and a very good financial year 2026 results, is there scope for more momentum based on the deals that the company existing has? But I advise you to do your own research and trade safely. Thank you.